Hey y'all, I'm Jen, and this is Sassy Southern Incy Girl, and this is hashtag Deck of the Year. It's an open collaboration hosted by Penny from Penny's Crafty Creations, where you can pretty much alter anything that has the word card in it. So we are going to be altering some postcards. These are the ones that were on clearance at Hobby Lobby. They do still have, I think, white and ivory. They are Paper Studio. You get 25, and they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I can't remember how much these were. Let me see. They were $2.49 originally. I paid 62 cents for these. So since they're already craft colored, I thought these would be perfect to alter for the moon journal that I'm working on for the hashtag Lunar Illuminations Challenge. Which I will also link down in the description box with the hosts, and that is Junk Journal Magic and Gwen the Trash Witch. But in addition, I am on Creating with Jovi's design team, and I had asked her if she took requests for kits, and she said she did. And so I asked her to create a moon kit, a digital moon kit for me. Number one, to make a design team project, but secondary to use in my hashtag Lunar Illuminations projects. So I'm going to go ahead and share that kit with you today. I'm going to use a couple of elements on it on my altered postcards, but then this weekend you'll see a video from me with my full design team project. So I am so excited. This turned out better than I could have ever imagined. She did get my input, and I told her some of the things that I wanted to be in the kit, and she nailed it. She absolutely nailed it. So I will link Jovi's information down below. You can purchase this digital kit in her Etsy shop, and then I will link all the design team members and everything in my video that I do this weekend. Okay, but I'm going to share the kit with you guys just so you can see how beautiful it is. This is the first page, and it is stunning. Stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we have this page here. Then we have this one with the constellations and the ocean. Love it. Then we have this one. And then in this one, it's over the ocean. You can see the moon shadow here, reflection, and there's a little seal in the corner. So cute. And then this one is like over a lake with some rowers over here. You can see the pine trees in the background. The moon is so bright and beautiful, and then we also have some constellations, and you can see the reflection down here. So pretty. Then this one is there's like a castle and like some waves crashing up the rocks. It's just gorgeous. I love it. And then this one is again with the little rowers, but they're kind of like up in the sky in like a fantasy kind of thing. I absolutely love it. Then here's one. There's a sweet little doggy down in the water. There's something over here, maybe a squirrel, or I'm not sure what that is over there. At least I think that's a doggy. And then we have an owl up here, and just the sparkle and the stars. It's just magical. I love it. Then we have another one with the owl, and there's a sweet little bunny down here. I love that. And kind of gives the effect of like fireflies. Then we have some with fairies. Absolutely gorgeous. Love her in her green dress. That's my favorite color. And then we have this one with the butterflies and the fairy dust. And then we have this one. And then we have the fairy that kind of looks like a mermaid sitting up there looking down on the ocean. with like bubbles. So pretty. I love this. This is one of my favorite ones. Then we have some ephemera that you could use as like tags or journal cards or just deco. We have this page here with the constellations. We have some postcards. How fitting. Some faux wax seals, some words. We have some more tags. Then we have more words, and we have this. You could either use it separately or do like a fold, a trifold. You could do so many different things with this. And then more ephemera here. So I love, love, love. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I might use this on one side of this. I guess I should have like cut this stuff out ahead of time. So I'm gonna cut this out real quick and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so I am back. I grabbed some of the solid papers that I think I might want to use, and I went ahead and fussy cut out the postcards and inked them. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is ink the background of these with some of the ground espresso, just because I want it to be not plain, but I don't necessarily want like a lot of stuff on there to distract or whatever. So just along the edges here, I'm going to kind of go around and just add a little bit of color to it. And then we'll think about if I want to do anything else. Like I said, I don't really want to distract from the beautiful postcard image itself. So I don't know that we want to do anything more than ink, but maybe. Okay, so that middle part's going to be covered up, but we could do, like I have this washi that we could do in the background, but I don't know if that would be too distracting. And I would feel like I had to do it like across the whole thing. And I don't know that I really want to do that. I feel like that should be something more just like a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe for that part, for the back part, I'll just leave it like it is. And then just leave it like a pocket. So let me go ahead and ink this one. And then we'll go ahead and glue the pockets on, and then we'll work on the other side. I do have some stamps and stuff that we can maybe work with as well. Okay, I think that'll be good. Okay, so I'm just going to move that out of the way, put that back on out of the way for now, and then we'll go ahead and glue the pockets on. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. My week will be today is basically like my Friday, because I took Friday off of work because my dog is going to the vet for a dental procedure. He's never had his teeth checked, so and they put them to sleep and everything for the x-rays and all that stuff, so he'll probably be there for a while. And so I took the day off because I always worry when they put him when they give him anesthesia or whatever, and so I like to be home in case I need to like get there quick. and I figured I could take the time that he's there to like work on some projects that I want to go ahead and knock out. I need to start working on my cherry pocket letter. I have another pocket letter I need to work on for a swap, and there's a couple of challenges I would like to go ahead and work on. And I do try to get my videos done a couple of days in advance, because I do have a couple of days during the week that I'm not able to actually do things, and so I like to work ahead of time so that I don't get behind. Because that's definitely something I struggled with last year that this year I'm trying to do better with. And so far it's been working out pretty good. There's been a couple of times when I just didn't feel like filming, or you know, I wasn't feeling too good, or you know, stuff comes up, and so it's helpful to have those videos done in advance and to kind of know what my schedule is for the week, and then that way I don't have to stress out. Okay, so I also pulled out some of this paper, but I don't know that I'm going to need this because I was going to use that more for like if I needed like a journaling spot, but I don't think we're going to need that. Although I could cut this in half or cut pieces of this and put this in the pocket. We might do that. I also have these tags that I think I shared with you guys. If you saw my, well, I definitely did. If you saw my one of my lunar illumination videos, I think the last one I did, I was going to use these as tags, but they were too big, so I used my actual tab punch and created, I guess, basically new tags out of them. But I thought I could also use pieces of them to collage. And so I was actually looking for the ones that I already cut out to see if I could use some pieces of that on my page. And then I also pulled this out. It looks like an aged letter, but I thought it would look nice on the page as well. Like maybe this middle part. I do that every time. I forget which direction doesn't do the white. Then I end up, I mean, I'm going to ink it anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but that drives me insane. Okay, so I'm thinking we could do, you know, a little something like that on the page. And then some of this on the page. Nope, this way. And then this way. And go down this way. Do something like that, and then maybe do some of this, or I also have some of this. We might just be doing one of these because I'm taking a really long time. Okay, so let's see. Let me think. What do I want to do up at the top? I could do this piece here that has like the moon. Could do that up top and then cover that with that. And then we could do maybe maybe this washi, or even this peachy one. This is my Sagittarius washi. That could pull out some of that orange. If I can find the end of it. There it is. Let's do that. I'll do that piece, and then I'll tear this end a little bit. And I'm going to pull all this up, and we're going to glue this down. Just like right there. And I'm not going to glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to glue it on the edges there. Although in hindsight, I think I should put a strip of white underneath it, because it's not going to show up, is it? There, do it like that. And I will tear it up underneath. And then cut it. That way it shows up underneath, but you can't really tell it. You can tell it a little bit, but that's okay. Alright. There. Then we'll glue this piece down like that. Oh my goodness. And I don't mind some of the you know, the top part of the postcard showing. And then we're going to ink all this. And if you don't have washi or, you know, like tabs like this or whatever, if you have a printer, you can always find images that you like online and print them and then just glue them on. And I think that would be cool as well. Okay, so now and I could even put, you know, like some of my trim down there if I wanted to. Or I also have this stuff that I got from Dollar Tree. We could put that in the background. But I guess first we need to decide what we're going to put on here. Do we want to use... could go with this moon stamp here. And if we wanted to, I have, well, this isn't it, but I have a punch somewhere that punches, it's not this one, that does like a faux stamp. This isn't it either, but I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what I did with it. But I guess I won't worry about it. I could put this on some let's see, we could put a little bit of this behind it to give it some interest. And kind of make it distinguishable between the light and the dark. And then we could do like a little gem up in the corner. So I have this little gold, or I guess we could do it down there. I just don't want to do too much. You know what I mean? And I also have these little flowers we could do as well. Or I have that one. or that one. I also have that one. I'm thinking we could do it this way and do the flower like there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, as soon as my glue gun finishes drying, we'll get this put down. It'll actually be okay like that. I'm just going to put some hot glue on here to give it a little bit of dimension and puff it up a little bit. We could totally just do regular glue, but... And actually, I don't even know if that's going to stick. It's not. Let's use some Fabri-Tac. But it'll still be kind of puffy up there because of the glue. And then we'll take a little hot glue on the flower and glue that down. Okay, and then I want to do a little stamping. Let me put these flowers away because I think I'm done with the flowers. Get a little bit of hot glue back here to hold that down while that Fabri-Tac is drying. Okay, so let's do, so I've got these stamps here. They are letters, alphabet numbers and letters that I got on Temu a long time ago for free. And I want to stamp the word, well, actually, I also have this stamp, and it says U.S. postage paid, and it's got a little moon there. And I think this would be really cool stamped on here. So let's do that one first. That's cool. I like that. And I'm gonna stamp on here a little bit to get this extra ink off. So if you ever are stamping or doing any kind of stuff with your ink, you can always ink you know, put your stamp down on like a scrap piece of paper, and it makes like a really cool masterboard when you're done. Just a thought. Okay, so there's that one. And then I also have this moon here. It's a full moon. That I think will be cool to do like down here in the corner. Although you kind of can't really see it. So I might have to cover that one up. Okay, what else can we put on here? Could cover that up with some more washi. I really like this. Oh, but that one's silver. Oh, I could go with this one. This one's gold. And this one's like in that same color family of the orangey, peachy tan. Could do that one 100%. Yeah, let's do that. And it's already got like the ripped edge we could stick up under this flower here. Petal. And then just kind of tear that off there. And glue that down. And then we could take put that there with a little glue to kind of get rid of the rest of that moon. You can still see it, that's fine, but it'll like blend it in better. Okay. Here. Get back over there. Okay, and then let's see. There's M. I've never actually used these, guys. Never ever. Here's M. And then where's the little O? And the little N are right here. We'll just type out, or spell out moon. I didn't do 2 O's, I just did one, so I'm gonna have to go back and do another one on these, just to make it not look so silly. But I'll do that later. Okay. I like that. I think that's good. Now, I do want to ink the edges of this as well on the front and the back, because you're going to be able to see all that. And I just realized that that ink that I did on the back kind of went into the paper while I was working on it, but that's okay. I should do black ink around the edges instead of this brown, because with the paper already being brown, it might not show up as well. So we might be going back over that with black at some point, but I'm not going to subject y'all to that. Alright, so there's that one. And then if we wanted to, we could take this little bit of paper and just tear it all the way around to make it look, you know, old and aged. And then we can take some of this ink as well and ink around the edges just to give it a more old, worn look. Not all over, but you know, just touch it. And then fold this up and put it in the pocket. And then you have that side and you have that side that you could journal on, as well as you have the postcard on the back if you wanted to write on there. So there's one. I'm going to do the other one off camera and come back at the end. Alright guys, so I finished the other cards, so I'm just going to share them both again. So this is the one I worked on with you guys. I did go ahead and ink in black around the edges. I just thought that showed up better. And then I have that piece of paper in here that you can use as a journaling spot, tucked down in that pocket in the back. And then here is the other one. I absolutely love how this turned out. So I took one of those tags that I got from Hobby Lobby the last time they did a clearance, these ones, and I put it behind this image and layered it and inked it. And then I added Stay Wild Moonchild to it. I also added this lace trim at the bottom of it with this little gem that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby some time ago. I used some more of that paper from Jovi's kit. I used some brown packaging from an Amazon package and I inked it. And then I stamped this image here that you can't really see because it's really faint. And I just really love how this turned out. And then on the back we have that postcard with the paper. And now this one, this pocket is not as it's either not as deep or I'm just not pushing it down enough, because that paper is like sticking out a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind it. So those are my two cards. Let me know what you think. I really am loving the moon stuff, as if you can't tell, and I think this is going to look great in my journal, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I come up with for my design team project. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Keep it sassy. Bye y'all.